Marker, Puss in Boots review, guys. Get right to it. Action. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. aka Ryan680.
I'm Angelica Caliange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk for movie fans, guys. If you're in the movie world, right into your ears, devices. Thank you for making us a part of your day. Let's get right to it. Angela, what film are we reviewing today? Let's talk movies.
We are finally getting around the
train.
Totally late.
Yeah.
But today we're reviewing Puss in Boots.
Puss in Boots, and which is crazy because we should be biased because we are officially we are
cat people.
Cat people. 4 cats.
We are cat people. And so, obviously in the second Shrek movie, loved Puss in Boots, right? Like he was the breakout phenomenon.
Antonio
Everyone
Banderas'
loved him.
Voice, yeah.
Hilarious. Love him. And so when they announced a while back that he was going to have a standalone film,
I missed it.
We missed it. And, I'm so disappointed because I absolutely loved his character. He was so fun. Yeah. So I wasn't sure what they were going to do with this standalone film, right? Yeah. Like, so where in the timeline is it? Before Shrek, after? But also, what would we learn more about him? Yeah. So, like, exactly. I really liked... I really had a few questions going into this movie, but I gotta say, I absolutely loved it. It was hilarious. He still has that same charm. Yeah. Love Antonio Banderas. And then we also get a new character, which is voiced by Selma Hayek.
Yeah, Selma Hayek.
Love her. She's great.
Lad culture here. First and foremost, I do want to say that, this movie, it's very cheesy. It's a warm, cheesy film. It's a warm, family-friendly film. It really is. It really touches on those bases to where it's gonna calibrate all those family oriental films and all that. And I love that. That's really good because that's what this movie was about. That's what Shrek was about. Shrek was about that. It was more adult mixed with... I like Shrek so much because it was... Shrek 2 for me, I think that's the best Shrek out of all of them. It was orientated towards adults and kids at the same time.
Yeah, I felt like it was like so funny and cheesy that it was relatable to kids, but there were some adult humorous jokes thrown in there that go over kids' heads a little bit.
And we saw that we saw that a little bit in this film. This film tells the story of an outlaw cat, his childhood egg-headed friend, and a seductive thief kitty set out in search for the eggs of the fabled golden goose to clear his name, restore his lost honor, and regain the trust of his mother and son.
So like obviously he's already in Shrek 2. He's established as like a outlaw, right? Like he's like wanted. So we get to see why in this one. We get that backstory in here, and I loved it. And I know it was kind of strange kind of watching it because we're like, oh, there's a lot of fairy tale creatures, but we forget that it's like, you're right, you had mentioned off camera, it's still set in that fairy tale world. Like exactly. So we get a lot of like Humpty Dumpty, Jack and Jill. Yeah. So we get Humpty a lot
Dumpty
of that.
Looked very creepy, man. I don't know why. He gave me like really
voiced by Zach Galifianakis. And then he's hilarious.
Jack was Billy Bob Thornton, which I didn't recognize his voice in there. And Jack
I didn't.
And Jack and Jill, I didn't recognize his voice at all in the film.
Yeah, but again, they were funny. Like they were the bad people, the bad guys. But overall, I love the cast. I love the way the movie turned out to be. It was so cute. So cute. Oh my gosh. Especially like certain scenes. I'm a huge cat person. And seeing like the nightclub scene or like that underground club called Glitterbox. That was so fun. So funny. Man. Hilarious.
Just a lot of clever names to where like it's so familiar to cat owners, to cat people, and it pays respects to it. I think almost because not a lot of films do that. They don't show a lot of cat respect towards the
I've always said that in
even Cats and Dogs movie, where the dogs are the man's best friend, the cats are the evil ones.
I've always said in a lot of Hollywood films they like demonize cats. Cats are like the bad guys, the villains. And so I really like Puss in Boots because even though he's an outlaw, he's still like a good-hearted character. Like he's fun and everything. So I love the film. I'm so disappointed that I waited so long to watch it.
I know, right?
I am so disappointed in myself. We should have watched it earlier.
This film came out back in 2011, and it's 11 years. Can you believe it's 11 years? This movie comes out. We're actually going to see the press screening for this coming week. That's why we're reviewing it, because we're just like, we haven't seen the first one.
Yeah, we haven't seen the first one. So we're about to see the second one.
Yeah, and this is actually directed by Chris Miller, who actually directed all the Shrek movies. So this is someone who knows the material, knows how to make great material,
knows the world,
knows the whole world, and knowing that this is Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I don't know. For me, I think it's the perfect time for the film to come out because Avatar came out already. That's gonna reach that demographic there. With this film, it's gonna reach all that Shrek demographic. Us, we're gonna.
But also, I feel like
it's a very family movie. Everyone's in the holiday spirit. Kids are out of school right now.
So that's the thing. I think it's a great time. I agree with you because kids are going to be out of school.
Yeah.
And while I think kids will enjoy Avatar because it's so cool to watch, this is more a family film. Yeah. Like if the kids are out, you need something to do Avatar for the holiday. You're done shopping. You're done with the meals together. Yeah. You go see Puss in Boots too because it is a great family film.
Definitely.
So I think it's a perfect time to come out. For the definitely,
and Salma Hayek, I recognized her voice.
Right away.
When the cat started talking, I was just like, "That's a pretty kitty." And at first, we're like, "Oh, it's a dude." Or you said it was a dude at one time.
Well, because the sounds were like roughing. Yeah,
she was breathing, and it was
oh yeah. So I was like, oh, it's like no. I was like, nah. What? It's a lady cat.
Maybe that was the point because she had the mask on.
That was the point.
They had the mask on.
But as soon as she started talking, we were like, that's Salma Hayek. That's our girl. She's great.
And I just loved how Antonio Banderas. I don't know if this was a creative side of it, but because he actually played the live action Zorro, so for me, I was just like, oh my god, this is like the animation of Zorro in a cat version of it, and because he kept doing the pee everywhere, the Puss in Boots, how we got his name, we got an origin story, we got a different type of arc that in Puss in Boots character that we've never gotten. So I'm excited to see the closure in this. This is obviously the last wish. I'm excited to see where this story is going to unfold.
Yeah, I really want to see. So we saw his backstory, right? Yeah. Right. So we saw, his how he grew up and all that stuff.
I mean, this is a spoilers review. It's been out for 11 years. I mean, come on.
Where do we go from there? Yeah. I think that's what the bigger question is. Yeah. That story was told. Yeah. What's next? What's the next adventure?
I'm curious to see because we haven't seen a trailer, or we haven't physically seen the trailer yet for The Last Wish. Oh, we've seen clips of it, but I haven't really paid attention too much on it. But as far as it goes, like, where is this? Is this going to lead up after Shrek or before Shrek? I think this is still before.
Yeah, because I don't think in the first film that we saw, Puss in Boots, it didn't really cross with Shrek. Yeah. So that is a very burning question. That is this going to somehow cross, like you say, before or after,
or at least leads up to where he's actually in that. Maybe it'll lead up to that bar where he's at in a far, far away kingdom.
Yeah, where the king first contracts him. So I'm excited for the next film. I love this one. This was great.
This is the film that we deserve, definitely.
Absolutely.
For me, I kind of felt like this movie is an hour and 30 minutes. I think that's the perfect runtime.
It's perfect.
I think it's the perfect runtime. The second movie's coming out as reported right now, an hour and 40 minutes. So we went 10 minutes more. Again, if you go back to that scene where like he's just like, Domino's un leche. And like,
he wants the. So he has a little shot glass of milk. That's so funny.
He's off. He's just like licking.
But again, it's funny because we have cats, so like that we
There's a cat making a noise right now as we speak. I know. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, there's a cat right there making a noise as we speak right now, trying to play with the stuff. But yeah.
So can't wait. Love this film. It is absolutely the film I deserve, and I would say it is. We do recommend it if you haven't seen it already, or if you want to rewatch it for the next coming film.
Which we first time seeing it. Yeah.
So
Salma Hayek is back in it too, so I'm excited. All the people are saying that the next Puss in Boots film, as far as critics goes, as far as reviews goes, everyone's enjoying this. It really is. It's better than the first one, which is crazy to me because I'm just like. Usually for films like this, besides The Godfather, right? I mean, that's a masterpiece. The Godfather 2, questionable, could be better than The Godfather 1, whatever the case may be. But in this situation, an animation film, it's rare that this happens. But again, I mean, I'm excited for it. I can't wait.
I will say I did enjoy the second Shrek better than the first one. I will put that out there.
There you go. Maybe it runs in the family. It runs in the universal family. It really does. But alrighty, what rating, Angela? What do you give this rating?
I give it an 8 because it was so darn cute. I loved it. I would rewatch it.
You're not going to like my rating then. Okay, so as much as I enjoyed this movie, I enjoyed it. I didn't really leave with like so many different sayings in here. I didn't leave with the emotional grasp or just a whole... Like, it didn't leave anything. It was just like, it's a good, solid film. It really is. I enjoyed it. I really did. I didn't hate it. I'm going to give it a 6. A 6. It's a little bit above average. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good, solid film. Moviegoers out there, if you haven't seen this, because we're huge animation fans. We are. We love animation. We love the way the animations are told. We just love for the most part, we love the way that it's drawn out.
The imagination.
Yeah.
Gosh, the creativity in some of those films.
Crazy. A lot of the origin stuff. I know one of our favorites was recently in the past few years was Soul. That was a very powerful animation film. That which I
competing
wish.
studio.
Yeah, I just wish we would have saw it in a theater. But yeah, definitely completely different studio, Pixar, and Soul was just a powerful film. To make a movie so powerful and have it be done animation is just fantastic. I thought that was brilliant. Yeah. But yeah, going back to this, I'm excited for Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Is it going to create that extreme comedy? I think so.
Hopefully.
I think so. All right, guys. Question is for you. What did you think of Puss in Boots, the first one? I know. Tell us, guys, you guys are crazy. It's too late. You are watching it so late.
I know we are watching it so late. Sorry.
We appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. And be sure to check out our Puss in Boots: The Last Wish review coming at you in the Alamo City Movie Talk. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Ryan680.
Amanda Thakadian.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell notification to get notified for our movie reviews and reactions. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe, San Antonio.